Wherosaurus. Wherosaurus is a lesser-known stegosaurid dinosaur from the early Cretaceous period, discovered in China. It exhibits typical stegosaur features such as plates along its back and spines on its tail. Although less is known about its specific behaviors or habitat preferences due to limited fossil evidence, it contributes to our understanding of stegosaur diversity during this era. Tallururus. Tallururus is an ankylosaurian dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period, primarily discovered in Mongolia. It features a heavily armored body with distinctive osteoderms and spikes for protection. Like other ankylosaurs, it likely fed on low vegetation and utilized its armor to deter predators. Sauropelta. Sauropelta is an early ankylosaur from the early Cretaceous period found in North America. It had a robust build with characteristic armor plating along its back and a spiked tail for defense. Its fossils indicate it was well adapted to herbivorous feeding habits, likely consuming low-growing plants. Dinosaur. Dinosaur is a genus of stegosaurid dinosaur known for its distinctive dorsal spikes and plates. It lived during the late Jurassic period in what is now Europe. This dinosaur is characterized by a long, spiked tail used for defense against predators, along with a low-slung body that was likely covered in armor-like skin. Fossils suggest it was a herbivore that fed on low-lying vegetation. Pinacosaurus. Pinacosaurus is a genus of ankylosaurid dinosaur known from fossils found in Mongolia. It lived during the late Cretaceous period and is characterized by its armored body and club-like tail, which were adaptations for defense against predators. Its relatively complete fossil remains have provided valuable information on ankylosaur morphology and behavior. Lexovisaurus. Lexovisaurus is another genus of stegosaurid dinosaur from the late Jurassic period. It had a robust body with characteristic plates and spikes along its back. Lexovisaurus is notable for its relatively complete fossil record found in England, which has provided insights into the morphology and potential behavior of these dinosaurs. They were herbivorous and likely lived in semi-arid environments. Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus is one of the most famous dinosaurs known for its extensive armor plating and distinctive bony club at the end of its tail. Weighing several tons, this late Cretaceous dinosaur had thick plates embedded in its skin, providing formidable protection against predators. The club-like tail was likely used as a defensive weapon against large carnivorous dinosaurs. Ankylosaurus also featured armor over its eyelids, further enhancing its protective adaptations. Gastonia. Gastonia is a relatively recent discovery among ankylosaurs from the early Cretaceous period found in North America. This dinosaur exhibited a robust build with prominent spikes along its sides and back, as well as bony armor covering much of its body. Its adaptations suggest it was well equipped to deter predators while feeding on vegetation. Kentrosaurus. Kentrosaurus is an African stegosaur from the late Jurassic period. This dinosaur is recognized for its distinctive double row of plates along its back and spikes on its tail, which may have been used for defense. Unlike its more famous relative Stegosaurus, Kentrosaurus was smaller and likely exhibited similar herbivorous feeding behaviors. Nodosaurus. Nodosaurus is another genus of ankylosaurian dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period. It possessed a heavily armored body covered in osteoderms that provided protection from predators. Nodosaurus is distinguished by its lack of a clubbed tail, which differentiates it from other ankylosaurs. Its adaptations suggest it was a herbivore feeding on low-lying vegetation. Polycanthus. Polycanthus is a genus of armored dinosaur from the early Cretaceous period, primarily known from fossils found in England. It was characterized by its unique body armor, which included rows of bony plates and spikes along its back and tail. This dinosaur likely had a low-slung body and a robust build, with a long tail that may have been used for balance or defense against predators. Edmontonia. Edmontonia is another ankylosaurid dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period found in North America. It had a broad body covered with bony plates and spikes for defense. Its unique features included large shoulder spikes and a less robust tail compared to other ankylosaurs, suggesting it may have relied more on camouflage and armor than active defense. Tujiangosaurus. Tujiangosaurus is a notable Chinese dinosaur belonging to the Stegosaur family from the late Jurassic period. This dinosaur had distinctive dorsal plates and spikes along its back and tail, similar to Kentrosaurus but larger in size. Its features suggest adaptations for both display and defense against predators. Panoplosaurus. Panoplosaurus is an ankylosaur from the late Cretaceous period in North America. It featured extensive body armor similar to that of Ankylosaurus, but was distinguished by its relatively flat back and large shoulder spikes. This dinosaur's heavily armored body would have provided substantial protection against predatory threats. Gigantspinosaurus. Gigantspinosaurus is a lesser-known genus of dinosaur from the late Jurassic period that was discovered in China. It is notable for its large size and unique spine structure. Unlike many other stegosaurs that had plates along their backs, Gigantspinosaurus had elongated spines protruding from its back that likely served as defensive adaptations against predators. Its body was stocky and robust, indicating it was well adapted to a herbivorous diet. Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus is one of the most recognizable dinosaurs, known for its distinctive double row of large, bony plates along its back and spiked tail. It lived during the late Jurassic period, approximately 155 to 150 million years ago. The plates may have served multiple purposes, regulating body temperature, attracting mates, or defense against predators. Despite its massive body size, it had a relatively small brain, roughly the size of a walnut, which has led to various theories about its intelligence and behavior. Tarchia. Tarchia is closely related to Cycania and also belongs to the Ankylosaur family. Known from fossil remains found in Mongolia, Tarchia had a heavily armored body with distinctive bony plates along its back and a clubbed tail for defense. Its fossils suggest it lived in herds or groups, which may have provided additional protection against predators in its environment. Euoplocephalus. Euoplocephalus is a genus of ankylosaurid dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period, around 75 million years ago. It is characterized by its heavily armored body covered in bony plates and spikes, providing significant protection against predators. Its skull was broad and low, with a distinctive helmet-like structure on top. The tail featured a large club-like end that could be used for defense. Euoplocephalus was herbivorous and likely fed on low-lying vegetation. Cycania. Cycania is another ankylosaurid dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period in what is now Mongolia. It was similar in appearance to Euoplocephalus, but is noted for its unique features, including a more elongated body and specific patterns of armor plating. Cycania was also herbivorous and likely utilized its robust body structure for defense against predators while grazing on low shrubs and plants.